All right, I have a live feed. All right, a little early, but I have a live feed. The doors are open for the tribe. All right. Doors are open for the tribe. Enter and sign in, please. Well, I hope somebody saw my banner. It's still a little early, a couple of minutes in, so we'll just stick around for the tribe. here. Yay! First one in the door. Best virtual seat in the house, even if you're on foot. Good to see ya. I'll give it another minute or so. I know a couple of you saw, I think, saw my banner. There's the Batgirl. She's driving home. Z's on foot. Amy's in her bat cycle. So she'll be home soon. OT in Unit 2. Good man. I remember those OT days. Always made for good Christmas money and other stuff. So, good for you. Grab it while you can. I used to say, take the money and run, man. Who was the guy? I think Gil Syverson. I think Gil passed last year, I think, on the Palo Verde Defenders page. Gil had, if you'll recall, you might have already left for ops, but he had the, somebody gave him the moniker of the Overtime King, because that guy worked more overtime than like anybody. If you were allowed 12 days in a row, he would do it. I think that's all he did for a decade or more, was just sleep and work. All right, well, may as well get some music going. I'm gonna warm up my pipes a little bit. So, I messaged Amy with something the other day, and then I said, oh, by the way, I said, I'm watching the Super Bowl. I'm trying to think up a name for Monday. And I came up with like Music Monday, Manic Monday, and nothing fit. She had a couple of similar ones, and she goes, what about Memphis Monday? And I went, that's the one. So I've got a couple of Memphis songs and obviously Elvis stuff. I spend the OT money on our trips. That's a great way to fund those. Good for you. After closing out 2025 tax season, when it's officially filed and done, and then file quarterlies at the end of March, I should be talking to my friend Dylan in the early spring about making that trip to London happen this year. So that's on my radar screen, man. I'm looking forward to that. I have a client that did that several years ago, and she showed me pictures of she and her girlfriend took of each other walking across Abbey Road, which you've been to. I told her about that as well, so that's awesome. So that's a big bucket list item for me. All right, Memphis Monday. I usually warm up with some Steve Poltz or Bob Schneider and or Stephen Jules, so I'm gonna stick with the Memphis theme, and we'll start slow and get some pipes warmed up with some Memphis music, and then I've got a couple of others in there that I haven't done in a long time. Love me tender, love me sweet, never let me go. You have made my life complete, and I love you so. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. Love me tender, love me long, take me to your heart, for it's there that I belong, and we'll never part. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. Love me tender, love me dear, tell me you are mine. I'll be yours through all the years, till the end of time. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. Oh, my darling, I love you, and I always will. All right, kicking off this special live set. Amy came up with Memphis Mondays because I was watching the Super Bowl and the commercials and all the music stuff yesterday, which I enjoyed. And I didn't want to just go with a long stretch to Wednesday for Wind Down Wednesday. So this was a good alternative. Just kind of warming up with some Elvis stuff from Memphis. Oh, I love you more today than yesterday, but I love you less today, less than I will tomorrow. See the sweet white rose, see it blossom, see it grow. That's the start of our love. Ever since we said hello, oh, I love you more today than yesterday, but I love you less today, less than I will tomorrow. As the years go passing by, we'll recall our wedding day. I will be there by your side. You will always hear me say, oh, I love you more today than yesterday, but I love you less today, less than I will tomorrow. You're my Hawaiian sweetheart. You're my Hawaiian sweetheart. All right. Warming up with the little Elvis, kind of carrying over, I guess, Elvis's birth month of January into February for this special edition on a Monday. And there's the Batgirl. She chose it we next message back and forth yesterday because I had a couple, but they didn't quite sit right. When she said Memphis Monday, I went, you know what? You never have too much Elvis. So also, so that prompted me to go back and relearn a couple of Memphis theme songs, one of which she gave me a couple years ago, which I'd never heard. And then the other one I learned, but I haven't played it in, gosh, at least over a year, maybe longer, probably 2. And it was on my mind this last week, out of nowhere, and Mark Cohen. So I went back and relearned those. Couldn't find the lyrics to Walking in Memphis, and then I realized that's because I had it memorized. So I do have the, it did take me long to dig out the lyrics for maybe it was Memphis. So I got those lined up here. They're on deck at some point. I'm going to keep warming up. So tonight is a white wine because I'm making sauerkraut, stovetop sauerkraut with potatoes and apples and stuff, and then grilling some bratwurst. So once we get the onions and the bacon fat and all that stuff going, I'm going to deglaze the pan with white wine. So I decided to open this. It's already chilled and go with that. So a rare occasion. Anyway, so got a couple of Elvis openers there for this. I keep wanting to say Mafia Monday because I'm watching this interview, this hour-and-a-half interview with George Christie, which is fascinating. So he was the former president of the Ventura chapter of the Hells Angels, and kind of followed him for years. He'll be 80 next year. He's got a lot of good stories to tell. So he was talking about being, he got in prison in California with some mafia guys and all these other things. And then Elvis's guys were called the Memphis Mafia. So I keep wanting, I should have called this, that would have been fun, Memphis Mafia Monday. But of the Memphis Mafia, only that I know of, Charlie Hodge sang, they met in the Army. Charlie sang a lot of vocals with Elvis, but Red West wrote a couple of Elvis songs. I had a 45 in the early mid-70s, 74. He wrote the song If You Talk in Your Sleep. I should have thought that through. I could have just done a combination of Memphis Monday and gone Memphis Mafia Monday, but then I would have needed to learn some Red West songs, and so it's fine. It went the way it went, but I keep having that in my mind, so I keep wanting to go welcome to Memphis Mafia Monday. So Memphis Monday, we got a couple of Memphis themed songs on deck. I'm gonna keep warming up a little bit. If you got an Elvis song, a Memphis connection song, well, if it's Elvis, it is, and you want to hear it, type it in there, and I'll do another one or two, and then we'll get to some of these others that I haven't played in a while. Oh, I haven't done this in a while. Let's see. Acapulco, sleeping in the sun. Acapulco, it is the day for fun. Time to tell the guitars and sleepy-eyed bars to be on their way. It's such a beautiful morning for a holiday. So hey now, come on, you old sleepyhead. See the sky is turning red, and you're still in bed. There's fun in Acapulco, Acapulco. Look, here comes the sun. Acapulco, it is the day for fun. I can't wait till I meet come on, you old sleepyhead. See, the skies turn red, and you're still in bed. There's fun in Acapulco, Acapulco. Look, here comes the sun. Acapulco, this is the day for fun. I can't wait till I meet you, sweet senorita, kiss everyone. This is no time for siesta. This is time for fun. This is no time for siesta. This is time for fun. This is no time for siesta. This is time for fun. Oh, there's a upbeat vacation song for you as we think about vacations this year. Just telling Z, yeah, I'm going to be talking to my friend Dylan probably in the early spring, seeing if we can make that trip to London finally happen sometime this year. No new check-ins. Any requests? Let's do one more and then we'll get to some Memphis stuff. So thanks to the Batgirl for the Memphis themed Memphis Monday. Let's see. If you could see me now, the one who said that you were right or wrong, the one who said you'd rather be alone. If you could only see me now, if I could hold you now, just for a moment, I could really make you mine. Just for a while, turn back the hands of time. If I could only hold you now. 'Cause I've been too long in the wind, too long in the rain, taking any comfort that I can. Looking back and longing for the freedom of my chains, lying in your loving arms again. You could hear me now, singing somewhere in the lonely night, dreaming of the arms that held me tight. If you could only hear me now. 'Cause I've been too long in the wind, too long in the rain, taking any comfort but I can. Looking back and longing for the freedom of my chains, lying in your loving arms again. I can almost feel your loving arms again. All right, got some couple of warm-ups under my belt. Vocals are open, digits are open and flowing. No requests? Looks like my live feed's still going. Okay. I was hoping for some others that might see my banner and would join us, but the doors are always going to remain open through the set. I don't see any activity going, but we still have a live stream. It shows. Okay. Oh, Amy says, what category of request? And then, yeah, so, yeah, when you said Memphis Monday, so that's automatically Elvis. And then I have two, one of which you recommended a few years ago, and another one that has Memphis. And then I also, while I was playing that song, my mind went, hey, wait a minute. There's that Steve Polt song, Stax. Stax Bowls was also a blues label in the 40s and 50s and I think 60s, and it's in Memphis. So I visited Sun Studios, but I've not yet gone to Stax. So that is a Memphis song. Oh, and did you just type that in? I wasn't looking at the screen. Yeah. Creative minds think alike. The Stax song. Yep. All right, so let's get to, this is the one that was going in my head last week a couple of times. Mark Cohen, so I haven't done this in a while, and and then I mentioned I looked at I was looking through my lyric sheets the other day, and it's like, this song isn't in there, and I went, that's because I played it from memory. So I listened to it again to make sure I could get all of that. And he said, you typed it before I said it? Oh, that's awesome. Because I wasn't even looking at the screen. I was just talking about it. Yeah. So let's do some walking in Memphis. I haven't done this in a long time. So here we go. Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the plane. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues, in the middle of the pouring rain. W.C. Handy, won't you look down over me? Yeah, I got a first class ticket, but I'm as blue as a boy can be. When I'm walking in Memphis, walked in with my feet 10 feet off a bill. I'm walking in Memphis. Do I really feel the way I feel? Saw the ghost of Elvis down on Union Avenue. I followed it up to the gates of Graceland, and I watched him walk right through. Now security, they did not see me. They just hung around his tomb. There's a pretty young thing waiting for the king down in the jungle room. When I walk in Memphis, walking with my feet 10 feet off a bill, walking in Memphis. But do I really feel the way I feel? They've got catfish on the table, and there's gospel in the air. And Reverend Green, glad to see you. If you haven't got a prayer, boy, you got a prayer in Memphis. Muriel plays piano every Friday at the Hollywood. They brought me down to see her and asked me if I would. I do a little number and I sang with all my mind. She said, tell me, child, are you a Christian? And I said, am I in tonight? When I'm walking in Memphis, off a bill, walking in Memphis. Do I really feel the way I feel when I'm walking in Memphis? I water with my feet 10 feet off a bill, walking in Memphis. Do I really feel the way I feel? I'm blanking on it. It's the first line. Put on my blue suede shoes and boarded the plane. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues, in the middle of the pouring rain. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues, in the middle of the pouring rain. Whew, man, I haven't done that in probably a couple of years. That's funny. The last verses start with the first verse line, and I just blanked. What was? Oh yeah, I put on the blue suede shoes. All right, let's see. Let's get the lyric for this next one set up. Nice, thank you. All right, let's do Stax, and then we will get to that request of yours from a few years ago. This one takes 3 lyric sheets. All right. Let's see. Stax is Capo 4. Little Steve Poltz. This does have a Memphis theme. Although it starts off on the chorus, it's "Leave Me the Motown," which is Detroit, Motor City, Motown, birthplace of Motown. And the Stax Bowls, Stax-VOLZ Bowls, in downtown Memphis, a blues label. So this does have a Memphis theme. And he wrote this and recorded in Australia, by the way, so it's kind of a mystery. You ride with the top down, and all the boys stare. The scent of a magazine, windblown hair. And I could have tried to get deeper inside. So sat there alone, slowly got fried. Hope it's only pretend, and this is the end. I've got piles of old pictures, got your clothes on my racks. You can keep most of the records, leaving the Motown in the stacks. Leaving the Motown in the stacks. I broke down in Grimsby, I missed you so bad. I felt like a fifth wheel, smile when I'm sad. And all of the whiskey in the world couldn't stop my heart from beating. A smile spin like a top. Hope it's only pretend, and this is the end. I've got piles of old pictures, got your clothes on my racks. You can keep most of the vinyl, Leave me the Motown and the stacks. Leave me the Motown and the stacks. Screw these damn cell phones. And cancer in my head. This genetic chicken makes me feel like I'm dead. Can argue for hours and miles in the night till I just pass out. The fluorescent light, hope it's only pretend, and this is the end. I've got piles of old pictures, got your clothes on my racks. You can keep most of the records, leaving the Motown and the stacks. I've got piles of old memories, you and me down by the tracks. You can keep most of the vinyl, but leave me the Motown and the stacks. Leave me the Motown and the stacks. All right. There's a Memphis, kind of a Memphis themed song. It mentions Stax Bowls blues label, downtown Memphis. I passed by there, but I didn't unfortunately have time to go in for a tour. I will plan on making at least one more trip to Graceland, maybe next year. JK is going to be down there for the 50th. Is it the 50th? Yeah, 50th anniversary since his passing. Man, that's going to be insane. All the more reason to go. And then I want to take it. I've been to Sun Studios, which is great. But I want to go through Stax because I haven't been there. And he says, nice, good one. Thank you. Although you also requested it before I saw that. So thanks for that. All right. Here's your other request from a few years ago. I like the song. I haven't done this in a long time, but I did find, I knew I had the lyric sheets. So Walking in Memphis, and this one I have not gone through. I just brushed up on pieces of it, so I haven't played any of these all the way through. So that was the first time walking in Memphis, and this will be the first time through this one. Pam Tillis, I like this song. Looking at you through a misty moonlight, Katy did sing like a symphony, porch swing swinging like a Tennessee lullaby, melody blowing through the willow tree. What was I supposed to do? Standing there looking at you, a lonely boy far from home. Maybe it was Memphis, maybe it was southern summer nights, maybe it was you, maybe it was me, but it sure felt right. Read about you in a Faulkner novel, met you once in a Williams play, heard about you in a country love song, summer night's beauty took my breath away. What was I supposed to do? Standing there looking at you, a lonely boy far from home. Maybe it was Memphis, maybe it was southern summer nights, maybe it was you, maybe it was me, but it sure felt right. Maybe it was Memphis, maybe it was southern summer nights, maybe it was was you, maybe it was me, but it sure felt right. Every night now since I've been back home, lie awake drifting in the memory. I think about you on your mama's front porch swing, talking that way so soft to me. What was I supposed to do? Standing there looking at you, a lonely boy far from home. Maybe it was Memphis, maybe it was southern summer nights, maybe it was you, maybe it was me, but it sure felt right. Maybe it was Memphis, maybe it was southern summer nights, maybe it was you, maybe it was me, but it sure felt right. Maybe it was you, maybe it was me, but it sure felt right. Oh, you know it sure felt right. Maybe it was Memphis, maybe it was Memphis, maybe it was Memphis, but it sure felt right. A little low key for me, but I like to honor the original. That was an A. Pam sings a little higher than me. I started off going whoops a little high, and I had to drop it back down quickly into the register that my voice would sit in with that. I love that song. I haven't done that in a long, well over a year, I'm sure. So thanks for that recommendation. Of course, I had to change one word in there because her version was from the girl's perspective. What was I supposed to do? Standing there looking at you, a lonely boy, far from home. So what did I change it to? No, I didn't. No, I kept it the same. That's right. A lonely boy. So it's from the guy's perspective, but that's right. I left that line the same. What was I supposed to do? Like the guy's lonely from home. In hers, it's like, what was I supposed to do? Her thing was, you're a lonely boy far from home. So I sung it from the guy's perspective that I'm a lonely boy far from home. I forgot. I didn't change that. That's right. I left it the same because I just personalized the song. So there you go. Hope that sounded okay on that end. I haven't done that forever. Amy says, sounds great. Thank you. You had another one. Otis? Yeah. I don't know. Is that the one I think you did request Otis. It doesn't matter if it's a Memphis connection or not. Amy said, nice, thank you. Yes, it could be interpreted either way. Yep, I knew as a poet you would pick up on that. That's right, that's why I left those lyrics the same. Like I said, I didn't play all the way through that at all in rehearsal. I just went over the chord progressions, and the lyrics, I pulled them out, went over in my head. So, all right, you got it. Thought Otis was from there. No, you're probably right. I don't know. He probably was from Memphis. Don't ever change the answers on your test, right? You were a school teacher. I'll divert to you. I don't know. I just know it was a Motown song, but he's probably from Memphis. I know you'll look that up really quickly. So wherever there's a Memphis connection, it doesn't matter if it's mentioned in the song or if the songwriter, he's probably from Memphis. Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting till the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, then I'll watch them roll away again. just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Ooh, we're sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay. Ain't got nothing to live for, look like nothing gonna come my way. So I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Ooh, we're sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Look like nothing gonna change, everything remains the same. I can't do what 10 people tell me to do, so I guess I'll remain the same. I'm just sitting here, resting my bones, and this loneliness won't leave me alone. 2,000 miles I roam just to make this dock my home. So I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Ooh, we're sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Oh, I didn't have much pucker factor tonight, but all right, I got out what I could, as always. Sometimes it's just better than others. What else is a Memphis? Anything? Maybe if you look up famous artists, famous singers from Memphis, maybe somebody in my set list will pop up. And he says, just looked up Georgia. He's from Georgia. That's close. Z's home. Yay, glad you're here. Anyway, so we can open this up to 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. So I'm sure you've heard of that. So college students did a paper on that decades ago, saying that they figured out that anybody could be within 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. In other words, a friend of a friend of a friend or family or something, and you would have a tie with Kevin Bacon. And it's been, I won't say debated, it's been proved. It's really cool. I think they were just Kevin Bacon fans and they figured that out. I saw that story a long time ago. So, keeping with that theme, 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, since Otis Redding was from Georgia, we thought he was from Memphis, close Georgia. I happen to have the lyrics for Georgia right here in front of me now. So we'll do this. Amy, if a quick Google search pops up that anybody in any of my set list is from Georgia or is from Memphis that I know, that would be fun, and I'll play that song. Yes, the song Georgia. So we're going to go 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. Actually, we're going to use that premise, but I just realized it needs to be 6 Degrees of Memphis or Elvis Presley. In this case, Georgia is close. Georgia is also a bluesy song, so it's close to Memphis. It's close enough. Oh, funny, I was typing that when you said it. Yeah, that came to me, so I started fishing through my lyric sheets. I haven't done this in a long time. Georgia, 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 the whole day through. Just an old sweet song is Georgia on my mind. I said, Georgia, Georgia, a song of you comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pine. Other arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly. Still in peaceful dreams I see the love leads back to you. I said, Georgia, oh Georgia, no peace I find, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Other arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly. Still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Oh, Georgia, Georgia, no peace I find, just an old sweet song is Georgia on my mind. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Ending on that G7. Oh, I've done that in a while. The late great Ray Charles. Yeah, so that one felt right. He says, typing that as you said, okay, I only have my cells. Oh, laptop crashed. If I go looking for other songs, I'll miss. Oh, okay, no sweat. Oh, that's all right. We're kind of winding down. Looking quickly for singers from Tennessee. Tim McGraw, Kenny Chesney. Oh, yeah, not just Nashville. Good point. It's a whole state. Oh, I got it. During my 9,300-mile motorcycle trip up to Canada, took my friend Kelly for her 50th birthday, and then back down to Nashville, where I stayed with her and her girlfriend, who is now her wife, for about 10 days, and then I headed off to my second trip to Graceland during Elvis Week, and then up to Milwaukee for the Harley 110th anniversary, and then back down to Arizona. 9,372 miles over 5 weeks. But Kelly at the time lived in Franklin, which is just a suburb of Nashville. So her girlfriend had a motorcycle, so we took an afternoon trip for 100 or so miles, had lunch. And then her girlfriend grew up there and knew where all the country stars lived and all their big ranches all the big country stars have ranches and stuff, in most of them in Franklin, Tennessee. And so she took us and would stop and point out whose was whose and all that. And then she said, so there's where Tim McGraw and Faith Hill, that's their ranch. And I went, oh. So now that you said that, I'm not going to end on this. I have one more quickly. So I'm glad you said Tennessee instead of just Nashville. So this is a Tim McGraw song I learned a few years ago that I love, and Tim and Faith Hill have a big ranch house in Franklin, Tennessee. So so this is fitting. You know there's a light shines on the front porch. Don't forget the keys under the mat. Childhood stars shine, always stay humble and kind. Go to church 'cause your mama says to. Visit grandpa every chance that you can. Won't be a waste of time, and always stay humble and all the doors say, please say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie. I know you've got mountains to climb, and always stay humble and kind. When the dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in's realized, let yourself feel the pride, and always stay humble. Don't expect a free ride from no one. Don't hold a grudge or a chip in years wide. Bitterness keeps you from flying, and always stay humble and kind. Know the difference between sleeping with someone and sleeping with someone you love. I love you ain't no pickup line, so always stay humble and kind. All the doors say, please say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie. I know you've got mountains to climb, and always stay humble and kind. When the dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in's realized, let yourself feel the pride, and always stay humble, kind. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When it's hot out in your room, your popsicle, shut off the AC, roll the window down, let that summer sun shine, and always stay humble and kind. Don't take for granted the love this life gives you. When you get where you're going, don't forget to turn back around, help the next one in line, and always stay humble and kind. There we go. There's a Tennessee connection. I'm glad you wrote that, Annie. Thank you. Tim McGraw, did not know that, and that was perfect. So we just made a 6 degrees from Nashville connection. All right, I'm heading to the kitchen quickly in the grill to make stovetop sauerkraut, potatoes and apples, and then I have some brats for the grill. However, a little bird whispered to me, somebody has a birthday tomorrow. So I didn't want to announce it at the top of the hour. I wanted to wait until the end to To recognize your birthday tomorrow, my bat girlfriend, and so I wanted to sing this for you. So this will also go in perpetuity, so it will be up for 30 days until Facebook deletes it, but tonight I will transfer it to my Terra drive and it will go on my YouTube channel sooner than later. So here's recognizing Amy's birthday. I love recognizing my friend's birthday with my special gift of music, and this one's for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Amy. Happy birthday to you. The perfect song to close out this Memphis Monday set that you yourself titled, and so we're closing it out with the birthday song just for you. Wishing you an early happy birthday. Maybe I'm the first one to say it. It doesn't matter. I'm recognizing it here. I'm guaranteed to be the first one to recognize it with music for you. So you're welcome. Z says happy birthday. Yay! As always, no matter how large or small, it is an esteemed group of tribes members that check in. So Z and I get to recognize Amy's birthday early for tomorrow. I want to make sure I did that. So this whole going Monday instead of Wednesday was perfect. I'd rather be a day early than a day late. So if I'd have said it Wednesday, it would have been later. And Amy she gave me the title for Memphis Monday. So I get to end this set with the title she herself chose. And then some music. Thanks, Z. Thanks for checking in. You're welcome, Amy. So as always, namaste. The divinity in me recognizes and honors the divinity in you. Thanks for keeping yourselves healthy. Keep those immune systems bolstered. Stay warm up there in Ohio. We are too warm here, 81 today. Can't complain. The weather's beautiful, but we're kind of concerned about what's going to happen this summer. But we're supposed to be on a cooling trend in the next couple of days, back down in the 70s. So we're hoping for that. Enjoy what's left of your Memphis Monday. I will be back, same bat time and channel, back on course again for Wind Down Wednesday, 7 p.m. Mountain. Hopefully we'll have more of the tribe back as we get back on track, but that's okay. This was a special night, and those of us that were meant to be here are here. So, and this will be on archive for the next 30 days until Facebook deletes it, but it's going right over there on my Terra drive shortly tonight. So it will be preserved in perpetuity. You're welcome for the Memphis Monday. Thanks for giving it that term. Happy birthday. So good to see you tune in. And thanks, my tribe, for being here. And enjoy the rest of your Memphis Monday. And we'll see you next time.